We'll continue with the topic of special products. Today we are going to see the specific one that it's called the product of the sum and difference of a binomial. So in this case we will have a binomial that has two positive terms and a binomial with a positive and negative term. So it will be something like this, in which one of the terms doesn't change of sign and the other does. So in this case, it's going to be more one of the maybe the simplest topic, because it will be only the square of the term that do not change sign minus the square of the term that changes sign. So in this case, it will be something like this. X plus y in one parenthesis multiplying x minus y. So in this case, the rule is the one that doesn't change sign. So in this case, x squared minus the one that changes sign. So it will be minus y squared. So it's going to be very simple. So let's see the demonstration. Remember, when we have two polynomials, we need to multiply all the terms, all the combinations. The first term multiplied by the two terms in the second parenthesis. So it will be x squared minus xy. Then it will be multiplying the second term by each term in the second parenthesis. So it will be plus xy minus y squared. Then xy and minus xy, we can eliminate it, and that's why the final answer and the simple demonstration of this one is x squared minus y squared. So let's see some examples. So if we got something like this, 3x minus 2y multiplied by 3x plus 2y. So in this case, remember the rule, it's maybe we can do it by mind, but I will do it with the steps because of the explanation. So it will be the one that doesn't change sign minus the one that change signs. So in this case, it's going to be 9x squared minus 4y squared. And that will be the final answer of this specific exercise. Let's see exercise 2. So the next exercise is going to be something like this. So in this case, remember, it's like multiplying the one that doesn't change sign squared minus the one that changes sign squared. So in this case, the answer is going to be 5 squared 25. Then it will be x 4 times 2, because remember, power of a power, so it will be x to the 8 minus then 12 squared, it's 144. X it's going to be 6 times 2, so it will be 12. In this case, remember, the descending order of powers, it's more important x to the 12, but we got a specific rule when we have binomials, a positive and a negative one. Should always write the positive one first. So that's why this is the final answer, that it's correctly ordered. So let's see a third example. So if we get fractions, it will be something similar. It will be the same rule, the term that doesn't change signs. So in this case, 7 over 13 x squared y to the 5th, all of it squared, minus the one that changes sign, so 8 over 9 x to the 7 y to the 3rd squared. So the final answer is going to be, remember, when doing a fraction squared, it's like multiplying the top part by the top part, the bottom part by the bottom part, or numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So it will be 49 over 169. that it's 13 multiplied by 13, it will be x to the 10th y, x to the 4th, I was looking at y to the 10th, minus, it will be 8 ninths multiplied by 8 ninths, so it will be 64 over 81. It will be x to the 14, y to the 6, and this is going to be the final and correct order of the answer, because we will put the positive first, then the negative one. So let's see other example. So in this new example, it's something similar. Maybe the thing that can confuse somebody, it's like we have 8 over 8 minus 3/8 and minus 3/8 plus 8. Remember, it's the same, so we can maybe first put it correctly. I mean, this step you don't need to do it, but I will do it only for explanation issues, like seeing that the powers are the same. So it will be the term that doesn't change sign squared minus the term that changes sign squared. So in this case, it's going to be 5 times 5, it's 25. It's going to be x. You will need to multiply the exponents. You can do it also by mind. 15 multiplied by 15. It will be 225. It will be x 2 times 8 minus 3, 8. So the final answer is going to be 25 x to the 4a plus 10 minus 225 x to the 16 minus 6a. And this is going to be the final answer of this one. So let's see another example. So the next example is going to be something like this. Don't worry, we have fractions, we have letters as exponents, but it's the same. So in this case, it's going to be the term that doesn't change sign. Squared minus the term that changes sign. Squared. So in this case, it's going to be 81 over 121. It will be a 2 multiplied by 5 minus 2x, b to the 2 multiplied by 3x plus 4. Of course, you can do it by mind. Minus, it will be 225 over and 16 multiplied by 16. It will be 256. It will be a 2 multiplying 3x plus 2, b multiplying 2 by 2x minus 1. So the final answer is going to be 81 over 121, a to the 10 minus 4x, b to the 6x plus 8 minus 225 over 256, a to the 6x plus 4, b to the 4x minus 2. And this is going to be the final and ordered answer, because remember, it will be always first the positive and then the negative one. So let's see one last example. So what will happen in this case where we have a negative one that doesn't change from sign, and one that changes sign positive and negative. Don't worry, it's the same. We need to follow the rule. It will be the one that doesn't change from sign squared minus the one that changes sign squared. In this case, it's not needed to put the minus because the rule it has the sign already here. So we will know that the one that doesn't change sign will be positive, even if the number or the term is negative, because negative multiplied by negative will be positive. So always the term that doesn't change sign, it will be positive. The term that changes sign, it will be negative. So in this case, it's going to be 64 x to the fourth y squared minus 100 x to the 10 y to the fourth. And this is going to be the correct and order answer because remember the positive one goes first. So don't worry if we got two negative ones. The one that doesn't change sign, it will stay as positive at the end because negative multiplied by negative, it's positive. So don't worry. The rule is the square of the term that do not change sign minus the square of the term that changes sign. So we will need to follow that. And this is going to be one of the most simple topics of special products. That will be it for today. You can do the activity of the product of the sum and difference of a binomial.